Okay, day 2 back here at the Aimpoint factory. Today I'm going to finish my patrol rifle optic and then test fire it at their indoor test range. I've been a big fan of Aimpoint for years. So we wanted to come over and see how they're made. Now, a very unexpected surprise is when we got here, unbeknownst to me, I had the very rare honor of being able to build my own Aimpoint. It's actually much more difficult than I would have thought. There's things that you would think that would be easy about assembling it, and there's other things that are actually very difficult. And you can tell, by the way, when you look at the time and effort and engineering and research and development that went into making that piece of hardware.
Now it's time for the electronic. Place aside this fixture. We have the switch here. Place it right there. Then we're going to fill the holes with solder.
So I'm used to working on 1911s and whatnot, so small parts is not a problem, but I'm not used to doing stuff like this small. Also soldering, I never really did soldering building 1911, so this is much smaller than what I'm personally used to. It's more along the lines like a watch repair and whatnot, like Bill Wilson used to do. So he would probably be more comfortable here, although his eyesight isn't a whole lot better than mine. Your grandparents may not have told you this, but it sucks to get old. I'm gonna tell you that right now. How's that look? I think it will.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Not too much.
It may not be as pretty as old boy here, but I think I'll be able to survive. How's that look, bro?
I think you're good there.
Awesome. The extra magnification helps, okay?
You don't want too much of the cable visible on the top.
Now, the other thing I saw was you put the solder in, and then do you heat it back up as you put the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to heat it up.
Sets up real quick.
Yeah, and it's a lead-free solder, so it's a little bit sensitive by heating it too much.
I think it's out a little bit too far.
It's a little bit high, so...
So heat it and put it down a little bit more?
Yep.
I absolutely do feel like I'm doing surgery.
Oh, 3 more. It's time for the blue ones. I think we're set there.
Good. I can take off the dual goofy glasses. Okay.
Take the switch, turn it gentle, squeeze in the cables.
Okay. How's that look?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. So you put the rubber gasket there. Yes. 2 pins go in the hole. O-ring gets decompressed. That's good enough.
All right. Is that the hardest part of assembling this whole thing?
It's quite individual.
Okay.
So some think it's quite tricky, and some have no problem. So
the most difficult thing about soldering, very small holes, you have to be able to see it, and you have to get the wire just precisely right. Like he was saying, about 1 millimeter above. You don't want the insulation touching. You don't want the wire too far out because it might short out. So obviously that takes some skill to do that. When I did it, it was complete luck.
you have the clip. So now that clip switch is holding the switch house in its correct position, locked. And then you use the torque wrench. There. And now we want to lock the nut. So you have to bend those 2 legs on the clip, locked in position.
Perfect.
So, good.
Now is the knob.
Yeah, you have a little special knob here. So remember the 2 first settings is the night vision. And you should be able to see it in the 3rd position. Make sure all intensity settings are okay.
Yeah, I think we're good to go. You want to check it out?
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Good to go?
Good to go.
Awesome. It works. What I can see is, and I'm sure Matthew would support this and Leonard, is they've made steps along the way, not only to make it a high quality product, of course, but to make it simple and as robust as possible. Now when I see the parts, there's not a lot of real fine parts that can fail on you. You can tell they've refined the design over time and made it more and more rugged. So it's a very precision instrument that is also very simple and robust. Very well done, which is one of the reasons why it has such an excellent reputation. I've always been a big Aimpoint fan, of course, but I'm even more one now. Just about done.
We have the knob here. Put some thread locking in the hole. Yes, absolutely.
Like that.
Yep.
And then lock her down.
Now the other one. Make sure all intensity settings are okay.
The first two I'm not seeing it because they're the night vision.
That's a good thing.
And then the third one is super dim. Yep.
Should be a little bit tricky. Have to have a trained eye.
I've seen it. Yeah, I'll let you check it.
Perfect.
Well done. Outstanding. Ready for the next station?
Yep.
All right. What's up, Matt?
So it's time to test the adjustment range. We have this slave battery, put it in place. We have a rear tube, it goes in for stability. Place it in the fixture. And now this outer frame is equal to adjustment range of +- 2 meters.
And it always indexed down that lower left
It
corner.
always starts there.
Okay.
And up again. And then to the right.
Okay.
You have to
Oh,
have
duh. That's why you're here, man.
and every side is 0.
Wow.
And it goes
That
in the
is
center. Good. Right on.
Excellent.
So now you have 0 to the side and it's optical
dead
axle.
zero. Got it. Okay.
So it's time for the pressure test.
Excellent. Okay, what this is all about is this simulates essentially the optic being underwater. And we know all Aimpoints are waterproof and they have been since God knows how long. And this is the way they test it. It's the easiest way for them to test it is they essentially suck all the air of the inside and that simulates putting pressure to the outside. And they leave it for a certain period of time. That way they know it's going to retain waterproof capability over a period of time.
And then a certain amount of sites are sent into our laboratory and tested in a water tank. And that is equal to 45 meters.
45 meters down. So they're going to be held down at 135 feet depth for 5 minutes or so to make sure that they're completely waterproof, which is way beyond what any of the optics should ever be required to do, but it's nice to know that they will retain the waterproof capability at that depth.
Yeah.
We'll leave it for 20 minutes.
Correct.
Time for a coffee break, baby. Hey, thanks for watching the Vickers Tactical YouTube channel. To subscribe, click here. And to watch some of my favorite videos, click here. Have a good one. LAV out.